Okay, that. Nope. I don't know what the hell that is, but.
No! Stop!
What is that?
4 college wrestlers were looking for shed antlers in Wyoming's Sison National Forest when a grizzly bear suddenly attacked.
Bear came running out of the trees. I didn't even see it until it was right in front of me, but I heard the crashing, and the only thing I could yell was, "Bear, bear!" And I yelled bear, and the bear tackled me.
Brandon Lowry got pushed up against a tree, and Kendall Cummings tried to get the bear off him. Then the bear went after Cummings and attacked him.
It knocked me onto the ground and then with its head pushed me on the ground all the way up against the trees and then kind of pinned me up there, and it was attacking me for a second. I was putting my hands in its mouth and stuff so it wouldn't be chewing on my neck and everything. I called out to Brady. I was like, "Brady, you all right? Where you at, Brady?" And then I didn't hear nothing from Brady, but I heard the bear kind of grunting behind me, and I heard it walking. And then I saw it again, and it came and it attacked.
Even though he was badly hurt, he kept fighting, which gave his teammates a chance to get away.
I spoke with the lady on the phone, the dispatch lady, and we kind of coordinated a plan to get the Flight for Life there. I remember telling her.
After the bear left, the wrestlers called for help. Cummings was flown to the hospital with head injuries that needed 60 staples. Another wrestler had a serious arm break. Their teamwork helped them make it through the attack and brought them closer. But it also shows that bear encounters aren't always harmless. They can go wrong fast. The next chilling video comes from Vision Paranormal, a Mexican YouTube channel known for diving into ghost stories, cryptid sightings, and other strange events. Their content often includes creepy footage, spooky sounds, and things that are hard to explain. And this clip might be one of their most disturbing. It was filmed on February 27, 2017. While exploring the thick woods of Emerson County Forest, a young couple caught something on camera that many think could be a cryptid, maybe even the legendary Wendigo.
You see that? Over there, look, over there. You see that?
What the hell?
Wait, because that was it again, right there. Wait.
I don't like this.
You see that? Right there. Look.
Oh my god. That's not an animal. I don't like it.
Okay.
The video starts off quietly, with only the natural sounds of the forest in the background. But then things take a terrifying turn. The couple hears strange rustling in the trees, and soon after, they spot a blurry, maybe even see-through figure moving in the distance. Seconds later, a loud, chilling scream cuts through the air. Panic hits, and they start running, the camera shaking wildly before falling to the ground. All that's left is the sound of their fading screams and an eerie silence. Vision Paranormal says the footage was found on the couple's lost camera, and when it was uploaded, it caused a lot of debate. Was it just a prank, a wild animal, or could something unexplainable really be out there in the woods? This is Ben from the YouTube channel 401 Files, where he explores strange mysteries and odd events. He loves the outdoors and often mixes his investigations with solo camping trips in some of the UK's spookiest and most remote spots. In this video, Ben heads into a forest known for strange stories and rumored sightings of unknown creatures. Curious about the legends, he decides the best way to investigate is to camp overnight deep in the woods, with only his dog Lily by his side. It's Friday the 13th, January 2023, a date already known for bad luck. Ben starts his hike during the day and plans to set up camp just before sunset, hoping to avoid being seen by nearby dog walkers or locals. At first, everything feels calm. The farther he walks into the forest, the more relaxed he feels, thinking the night will be easy. But as soon as he finds a good spot and begins to unwind, that feeling changes when he hears something unusual.
What is it?
I've just heard a man-made sound which always terrifies me.
Even though the sound made Ben feel uneasy, he pushed the worry aside and told himself it was probably nothing. He stuck to his plan and set up camp. Luckily, nothing else strange happened, at least for a while. So Ben was able to relax a bit, sip some tea, and have a snack. But Ben didn't come all this way just to camp. As the night got darker and the forest grew quiet in a creepy way, his curiosity took over. With Lily by his side and only a flashlight to light the way, Ben headed out for a walk through the dark woods, hoping he might come across something unusual.
Whoa. Steady on, Lil. Go too fast. Oh, Lily. Steady. Whoa. 1 second, Lil. Don't go too fast. For some reason, my torch turned on.
Ben actually did stumble, but not the way he expected, as he tripped on the uneven forest floor and fell hard. At first, he was just worried about his flashlight, which stopped working after the fall. But soon, he started to realize that the broken flashlight wouldn't be the only problem he'd face that night.
Away from the water so it's not so loud. It's chaos here because of all the trees that have fallen, all the ditches and rivets in the ground. What the hell was that? And all the ditches and rivets in the ground. Lily, come. She's obviously heard something as well. What the hell was that? Her ears have gone right up. What is it? Stay.
The sound was unlike anything Ben had heard before, strange and out of place compared to the normal forest noises. It instantly made him uneasy, especially when his dog Lily noticed it too. She stood still, ears up and body stiff, clearly bothered. Just seeing her react like that made Ben's heart start to race. He tried to stay calm, reminding himself he wasn't alone. Having Lily there gave him a bit of comfort, but deep down, he had a feeling things were about to get weird, and he was right.
Sounded like a tree just falling down. What the hell is that? It's okay, Lily. It's okay. That is at some distance, but Lily, come. Lily.
As the night went on, Ben went back to his camp, still shaken by the strange noise. He listened to his recordings a few times, trying to figure out what it was, and the more he listened, the more he thought it sounded like howls, maybe from dogs, or maybe something else. Not knowing for sure only made him more uneasy. Lily was clearly on edge too, and wouldn't settle down, which made Ben even more anxious. In the end, he decided to pack up and leave the forest early. Whatever those sounds were, no one knows for sure. Were they all connected, or just random noises that happened to make the night feel more intense? Let us know in the comments. Did Ben do the right thing by trusting his gut and leaving, or was he just spooked by something unknown? While you think about that mystery, get ready for the next clip. A man was camping in his caravan in the Appalachian Mountains when something unexpected happened. He saw the door of his caravan opening and closing on its own. There was no wind, no storm, nothing that could have made it move. It felt intentional, like something invisible was doing it. Scared, he stayed inside until it finally stopped. Then he packed up and left. At a multi-day festival, people set up tents to camp overnight, but many were new to camping and forgot an important step, staking their tents down. Then a strong gust of wind came through, picking up the loose tents and everything in them. By the time anyone noticed, it was already too late. The next creepy video comes from Kev Goes, a personal outdoor adventure channel where Kev shares his solo trips into the wild. Just him, nature, and whatever might be out there. It's April 28th, 2024, and in this episode, Kev heads into the remote Crown land in Manitoba, Canada, to try tarp camping for the first time. He hikes along an old sandy logging road, now used as an ATV trail, looking for a quiet, mossy spot to set up camp before the sun goes down. At first, everything feels calm with his simple tarp setup, but the night soon takes a much stranger turn.
Now, I want to show you my bed setup. So I've got my ground mat here, and then I've got my Gear Doctor pad. I've got my Mountain House sleeping bag. So this is a mummy sleeping bag. And then I've just got another sleeping bag over top. So I've got room for my bag over there. And then you can see that you've got quite a bit of room in here for the sleeping bag, and I can stretch right out. So it's so quiet. My ears are like kind of just ringing. There's a constant sound or ring there. I have a spot here that turned out to be cancerous on my ear here. So I'm going actually in June to get that taken out, but they're gonna cut it out and everything like that.
Kev finally picks a spot among the trees, and the forest is so quiet he says it actually makes his ears ring. There's no wind, no traffic, just a heavy silence where even the sound of his sleeping bag moving seems loud. It feels peaceful, but that kind of silence can mess with your mind. As the temperature drops, Kev settles in and tries to relax for the night.
I don't know if you heard that, but that was a weird sound, man. I do not know what that was.
I'm gonna get up and make some coffee, and then I'll talk about how everything was over the night. And if you, if the camera picked up that sound that was from last night, and you know what it is, let me know in the comments, because that was pretty freaky.
But the peace doesn't last. Out of nowhere, chilling screams ring out through the forest. Kev sits up right away, shocked. He quickly records a bit of the sound on camera, and it's nothing like you'd normally hear in the woods. It doesn't sound like a coyote or a fox. Nothing he recognizes. Just a long, disturbing scream, way too loud and way too close.
You know, getting used to the sounds and everything like that. And then for a while there, all sounds stopped. But, you know, the trees creak, and sometimes they creak in a weird way, and you don't know that it's necessarily a tree. And so I was definitely on guard last night. It was a broken sleep for sure.
Luckily, Kev made it through the night without anything happening to him. But waking up to a sound like that, especially when you're all alone in the middle of nowhere, would scare just about anyone. So what do you think it was? Could it have been an animal we just don't recognize? Or was Kev not as alone as he thought? Maybe someone, or something, was out there in the dark with him. On May 31st, 2025, the creator of Cam Prime, a solo camping YouTube channel, headed into the woods near a quiet mountain town, hoping for a peaceful break. With a river nearby and his van parked under the trees, the evening started out calm. Coffee, a bit of cooking, and quiet. But soon, something felt off. He saw strange carvings on the trees and heard weird, unnatural noises coming from the branches. As night settled in, he made a bold choice. He watched the Blair Witch Project alone in the van. Later, when he stepped out to use the bathroom in the dark, the fear stopped being just a movie.
도대체.
In the dark, he spotted a pair of eyes staring at him. Maybe it was just an animal, or maybe something else was out there with him that night. Thankfully, he made it back to the van safely. The man pitched his tent on a hill, thinking there would just be a light breeze, but he had no idea a storm was heading straight for his campsite. With no other option, he held on to hope and his tent through the night, just hoping he wouldn't get blown away. Luckily, he made it through safely. Two friends were out snow hiking when something unexpected happened. The snow under their feet started to shift, and they began sliding down the slope, trying hard to stop. Luckily, it didn't turn into a full avalanche, and they were able to stop just in time. The next video comes from Small Plots, a YouTube channel run by Kevin, who's known for stealth camping in the most unexpected spots, on the edges of cities, in overgrown woods, and among crumbling structures. But this trip might be one of his creepiest yet. It's April 1st, 2025. Kevin heads out on a stealth camping mission near a transformer substation on a foggy, rainy day. Despite past warnings that the area is patrolled, he pushes through thick brush and scattered trash to reach a swampy stretch of forest full of fallen ash trees and slippery, mud-covered trails.
Still see tons of, I don't think it's coming off the trees. There's no leaves really on the trees, so it's not like it's collecting and dripping. This is a very strange, creepy forest, I'm not gonna lie, with the fog and the scraggly trees here in the swamp. I don't know, man, that's just weird. The entire time I've been here, since I walked into the forest, I've been hearing this wailing sound. Like a some kind of animal. It's actually now just occurring to me. It might be a chicken or a rooster or something. But it's eerie. It's still raining, but I just want to check out over here real quick because it's slightly not raining as hard as it was. And it looks like it opens up a little bit over here. Nothing really to see. Just a little bit more open forest. I wonder if this is where the deer hang out, and I'm gonna see some more eyes in the forest tonight like I did on my last camp. Oh yeah, it's starting to pick up rain again. I better make this fast. It's tough to see, but there's like a field back there, and there are houses that edge along that field. My guess is chickens, but we'll see. And also, I think it's pretty clear that what I'm on is maybe like an old ATV trail. Looks like at one point small tired vehicles would go through here, but over the years the trails got blocked by fallen trees and stuff.
Kevin sets up his camp and takes in the surroundings. The steady rain and the squish of mud under his boots set a gloomy tone, but it's the thick fog and twisted bare trees that really make the place feel off. As he explores the area around his camp, that uneasy feeling grows. Something just doesn't feel right.
Starting to let up a little bit, which is nice. That's the sound, the wail I'm talking about, the wailing. That has to be a chicken or something, right? Something kind of sounds like a rooster, like half-heartedly crowing. I'll have to boost the audio on that.
Then he hears it and captures it on camera. A strange wailing sound echoed through the forest. It's hard to tell what it is. Maybe a distant rooster, or maybe something much stranger.
Well, since the rain is slightly letting up, for the time being anyway, I do want to make a couple of on-camera observations that confuse and delight me. The first one is this area almost looks like sometimes it gets like heavy water rushing through here. Not like crazy, but there's a few things like this, with the bunch of branches all like lined up against a tree, like they were pushed there by water. Not something that happens very often, but obviously not unheard of, as this place is pretty wet just currently right now. There's another spot over here with the same thing. Yeah, you can kind of see that cluster right there, where it looks like just some water came in and then like pushed all the branches and stuff up. So I do have to be careful of that, I suppose. I don't know what else it could be. What would collect all those branches and then break them in the same spot like that, other than water? I don't know. This woods is very interesting, to say the least. Beyond the fact that I feel like I'm being watched the entire time I'm here. Some parts are super open, some parts aren't open at all. My guess is the open parts somebody artificially made at some point in order to hunt. It's tough to tell. There's like a raised berm this way behind me. I don't want to push through. It's hard to tell. It's all prickers between me and that. But at least there's a berm there, so I'm not too worried about people's homes if I do have a fire. Wow, I'm not even that far away from my tarp. It's like slightly foggy. I don't know if the camera's picking up on it. The tarp's like 30 feet away. It's not that far away. You know, all in all, kind of a beautiful day. It's in the mid 50s. Obviously I'm wearing a t-shirt to kind of dry off. There's that wailing again. Let me know in the comments if that's a rooster. I think it's a rooster. It's coming from the same direction, or it could be, you know, an eldritch creature of the bog that I am staying in. Look at this place, man. Not appropriate for camping whatsoever. Honestly, camping in this little marsh is more inappropriate than camping next to the power station.
As Kevin explores more of the area, he starts to notice branches and twigs arranged in strange patterns. Could it be from the rain, an animal, or something else entirely? He stays calm and even laughs it off, but he admits something doesn't feel right. It's like he's not alone, like someone or something is watching.
See what the rain does. I really want to have a fire tonight. My food is going to be so much better if I have a fire, but it's still edible without a fire. It's not like I brought like raw chicken or anything. Yeah. Something's walking behind me. I don't know.
Later that night, while resting in his hammock shelter, Kevin hears clear footsteps coming from behind him. He quickly checks, but there's nothing there. No one in sight, just the fog, the forest, and an unsettling silence. Thankfully, Kevin made it out safely, but this trip stuck with him. The wailing, the footsteps, it all serves as a chilling reminder that even on the forgotten edges of the city, you're never truly alone. Whether you're deep in the wilderness or camped near crumbling urban ruins, that feeling of being watched is hard to ignore, especially when no one should be there. This video comes from Welcome to the Woods UK, a YouTube channel run by Carl, a calm and experienced outdoorsman from the UK. His content focuses on solo camping, bushcraft, gear reviews, and peaceful woodland adventures, often filmed on his own private forest land. It's April 9th, 2023. Carl returns to a familiar camping spot, one he once described as the scene of a strange, unexplained event. After being encouraged by his audience to go back, he sets up camp with confidence and eases into his usual quiet routine.
At the old temperature, I've had to come out and have a bit of a walk about, so stretch my legs and warm myself up a bit. But I've whipped me one Tigerus down duvet out. It's got little poppers on it, so it poppers up. Mum and Dad got it for me for Christmas. It was about 60 quid. So yeah, that was a lovely Christmas present from them. But yeah, it's lovely and warm. This is a good idea to keep in the back of your car. Obviously, I know you can keep a foil blanket or whatnot in there, but these are well worth the money to keep you really warm. So I'm going to be using that instead of a sleeping bag tonight. I've also got, seeing as you lot come with me now on the camera, I've got myself a little power bank, a solar powered power bank / lantern. So I'll show you that in a minute when it gets a bit darker. It's obviously very economical and that, no batteries required. Definitely a good, it's called a pack light. So yeah, I'll show you that in a minute. It's a good idea. I thought I had something strange happen earlier during dinner. I caught a bit of it on camera. I've replayed it. I can slightly hear it. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. It's almost like a stick or something had been thrown across the top of the trees, but it might have just been a branch falling. But yeah, all is well at the moment, and I got a totally different feeling about this place today, actually, to be honest with you. So yeah, no big black cats and no funny noises at the moment, but it'd be nice to keep. I'll keep everyone up to date with the build of this new structure I'm doing. So now that it is a little bit darker, I can now show you this. So that is the solar powered pack light made by Illuminade. It's basically a power bank and a lantern. It doesn't require batteries, as I said. It runs off of this solar panel, which basically when you're not using it during the daytime, you clip it to your backpack, walk around, and it can keep you charged up, cameras, phones, and obviously for me now, you lot coming along on the camera, the drone and the phone, this is a really good bit of kit for me to carry. You can illuminate the light, whether it's flat or whether it's inflated, which I'll show you how to inflate it in a minute. And then obviously you've got a little button there which will tell you how charged it is. So basically you undo the straps, and it's just like literally blow it up. As you can imagine, with it being inflatable and fully waterproof, I think it's like IP67 or something like that, it can put up with snow, it can put up with rain, it can put up with pretty much everything you throw at it. And that chucks out quite a lot of light, really, to be fair, and that lasts for hours. Not sure exactly how many hours, I've not tested it yet, but that's my blanket just falling, don't worry. Yeah, a couple of different light settings. Obviously flashing, good for reading and everything else, and obviously it can keep you charged and good to go for probably weeks and weeks and weeks if you keep it out in the sunlight charging. And it does pack down fairly simply, just a little twist, yeah, coming out of it. Put the plug back in. That back on there now, and that's it. That's the it's got a input and output port there, and that's also covered with a waterproof cover. So I'll be using this a lot because obviously got lots of bits and pieces to charge.
After having dinner and taking a quiet walk around his woodland property, Carl starts to wind down for the night. The woods are calm, birds chirping, the air still, and moonlight shining through the trees. But then something odd happens. While he's eating, a twig suddenly flies through the air. It's a small thing, easy to brush off, but definitely strange.
Right, that's me, I'm off to bed. Been a nice, pleasant, quiet evening, so I shall catch you in the morning. Right. Just gone 1 in the morning. The same as last time, I keep on hearing like branches or something getting thrown. It's just inky black. I don't know what's going on here. Something's not. That was loud. Oi! One second, I want to get out. Honestly, every time I come to this poxy woodland, thinking about it though, I have just had a good 10 minutes walking about. I shouted out. I didn't hear nothing, deadly still. Thinking about it though, there's quite a lot of deadfall here. I mean, me being realistic now, it could be that I'm getting in the... I thought I heard a sound then, no. It could be that I'm getting in nice and quiet in my bivvy bag, and then I'm noticing the noises. But I've been doing this a long time. I've been out in the woods hunting. I think I might just have the jitters with this bit of woodland, to be honest with you, because I've had quite a nice evening. But trail cam's on anyway, so I'm going to get back to bed. And if there's anything more to report, I'll let you know. But let's turn this light off. Yeah, pitch black. Right, good night. I'll see you in the morning. Morning, everybody. So yeah, nothing more to report last night. Had that funny happening during the night, but I'm just having a look at the trail cam footage, see if there's anything on here. Problem is, it's got such a small screen and very bad audio unless you put it on the laptop that I think I'm going to have to go home and look at it on the laptop. And if there's anything on there, I'll put it up at the end. But yeah, I'm going to stick the kettle on. So I've got a mouth drier than a camel's behind this morning, and quite excited.
Later in the evening, as Carl gets ready to settle in for the night, the mood shifts. Out of nowhere, sharp sounds break the silence. Twigs snapping. Something moving just beyond the light. It doesn't sound random. It sounds like something or someone is out there, Carl calls out, hoping it's just a person passing through. But there's no reply, no footsteps, nothing. He checks the area, but the woods stay quiet, offering no answers. Luckily, Carl makes it through the night without anything else happening. This video comes from Stephen J. Reed, a filmmaker and outdoor adventurer from Northern Ireland. His YouTube channel features wild camping, bushcraft, and solo trips through some of the most remote and stunning parts of Ireland and the UK. His style mixes humor, honesty, and a real look at what it's like to be alone in the wild. On October 29th, 2022, Stephen set out for what he thought would be a calm solo overnight camp. But this time, he chose a spot right next to an old, supposedly haunted house, hidden deep in a mountain range. His plan was to enjoy the full moon and a quiet night under the stars, but instead, he found himself facing a cold, creepy, and confusing night in the middle of nowhere.
So there, it's quite bright. There it is, the alleged haunted house. I mean, if I'm honest, I actually find the fact I'm beside a building to be comforting rather than scary. I mean, if some lights turn on during the night, I might change my mind and think otherwise. But so far, the haunted house has not been quite as scary as I thought it might be. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab. I have a tiny little action camera I bought, which has an infrared mode, so I can turn out all the lights. I'm going to be in complete darkness, and then I'm going to try and use the camera to explore around without a torch. Let's try that.
Would you ever camp alone next to a haunted house, miles from the nearest town, with nothing around but wind, trees, and silence? Stephen did, and honestly, even without anything supernatural happening, the feeling of being that isolated could be enough to rattle anyone.
3, 2, 1. Ow. Okay. I am now in complete darkness. It's quite difficult. I'm having to look at the screen to see where my feet are. This is really weird. I can't see a thing with my eyes. It's like pitch black. I mean, I can kind of see the sky. I can see the outlines of the trees, but that's about it. Right, what is that? Oh, it's some rift slate. That's so weird. I can touch it, but I can't see it. There's a tree here, which is really creepy. And I can kind of see the silhouette of the branches just going up against the sky. See, there's a creepy, weird stump thing over here. I'm going on memory. I think it's over here. I cannot see a thing. Okay, actually, no. Oh, there it is. There it is. And there's these, yeah, you can see there's these weird, like, sticks are just sitting on the top of this. I'm heading back to the house. Yeah, here's the other wall of the house. Another window. This is so... Oh! That was the adrenaline rush. I stepped in a hole. Woo! There's a hole down beside the window. I keep looking up expecting to find like a face in the window.
As Steven's headlamp dies, the video switches to black and white infrared, giving everything a colder, more eerie feel. The house, already unsettling in daylight, now looks like it's straight out of a ghost story. Rundown, silent, and full of mystery. Whether it's the effect of the infrared or just the weight of the setting itself, this part of the video feels deeply haunted, even though there isn't a single ghost on screen.
Ooh, what was that? I'm starting to hear things. My imagination's... Okay, I'm starting to freak myself out. I want to get back to the tent. Right, this is a really creepy thing. What are these? It's like there's some kind of shells just hanging off the roof. Yeah, and here's the... Oh! Tripped. And here's the front door, padlock. Hello? Is there any spooks in there? Any spooks? No spooks. Right, I'm going to bed. I'm starting to freak myself out. Good night.
Just woke up. My worst fears have been realized. It's 8 a.m. It's starting to rain, and the forecast gives heavy rain for the next 5 hours.
Thankfully, Steven makes it through the night without anything happening to him, but not without a few scares. While walking around the abandoned house, he hears strange noises, though nothing ever shows itself from the dark. Still, what really makes this video stick with you is the feeling it creates. Just seeing one person camp next to a crumbling old house in the middle of a pitch-black wilderness is enough to give you chills. What do you think? Was it just an empty old building, or could something more unsettling still be hiding there? The next chilling video comes from Dee's Dark Adventures, a channel focused on the paranormal, where Dee explores haunted locations, looks into cryptid sightings, and digs into creepy urban legends. It's November 6th, 2024, and during a casual daytime walk with her dogs, Dee comes across something truly strange, something that feels off in a way that's hard to explain, unsettling, eerie, the kind of thing that makes your skin crawl, even in broad daylight.
Mara, ma'am, I'm not seeing what you see. Woo! They're both looking. I don't see anything. La, 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 la. What was that? I just heard. Stop. Oh, dude. Woo! There's something going on over in here. I can't see it though.
Clear as day, a small humanoid figure can be seen peeking out from behind a tree. At first, it seems to be watching a group of nearby hunters, but then it quickly shifts its focus toward Dee and her dogs. During the walk, her dogs had been acting odd, focused, alert, almost like they sensed something. But at the time, Dee hadn't seen anything herself.
They keep looking over in this way. No, they're done, I think. Okay. I feel watched. Maybe there's more. Is there more? Are there more hunters out here? Please let yourself be known. I don't want to look like an idiot. Where you going? Come. Where you going? Come. Oh, she stopped on a dime before I even said it.
So you all let me know what you think about this. I mean, it's clear as day and you can see it moving and peeking. He's a little guy. But what I think's funny is if you're looking at that tree and you go walk 100 feet to the right, that's where those hunters were sitting. So he was checking them out, and then here I come into this area, and then they leave, and he really don't have nowhere to go unless he cloaks, but I think he's just curious about me and my dogs. It's so cool. Anyway, I got the rest of the full video up with the more of this stuff, longer. So yeah, members only gets it first, but I wanted to show you guys a little bit of headlights. It's all headlights? Highlights.
Whatever it was definitely there. The figure's slow, careful movements hint at intelligence, like it was observing, not attacking. Dee now believes it may have stayed hidden the entire time and was only spotted later when she reviewed the footage more closely. Could it have been a Sasquatch or something else entirely? Thankfully, Dee and her dogs got home safely, but the footage leaves us with a chilling question. What exactly did she capture on camera? Angelo, the creator of the popular YouTube channel Exploring with Angelo, known for visiting creepy abandoned spots and haunted places around the world. But this time, he takes on one of his scariest challenges yet, camping alone in one of Canada's most haunted forests, deep in the Ontario wilderness. As night falls, he sets up camp. The peaceful forest quickly changes, and a heavy silence takes over. With his gear ready, Angelo brings out his spirit box, hoping to connect with whatever might still be out there.
It's not like normal wood noises or forest noises. Can you tell me anything else about your visions? Sorry if I'm moving, guys. Helen. That is really weird. We keep getting the name Helen a lot.
I like the toys.
Oh man, my car's like all scratched up.
But something feels off. Strange noises start echoing through the forest. Quiet at first, but getting louder and closer. The calm quickly turns into tension. Angelo, doing his best to stay calm, calls out into the dark, asking who or what is making the sound.
Damn, it just went so quiet all of a sudden. What was that? Something literally just hit the car. What in the... What was that? Okay, tell me there's like an animal or something. There is nothing. Nothing at all.
Then, out of nowhere, a loud knock. It sounds like something hit his car. Angelo's heart races as he scans the area with his flashlight, but there's nothing there. Could it be the very spirit he was trying to contact?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did? Oh my. So that was you that just made that noise, that hit my car. Holy, you scared the crap out of me. Wow. Damn. Can you do it again? I promise I won't be as scared this time. I might be lying, but... What the hell was that? That was right next to me. Something literally just thumped right next to me. Holy... Okay, I apologize. I did get a little scared.
And then he hears footsteps, clear and steady, right beside him. Fear takes hold, but Angelo doesn't back down. Instead, he moves deeper into the forest, determined to find out what's really going on, even if it means coming face to face with something he can't explain.
What's that? What is that? Okay, that. Nope. I don't know what the hell that is, but that's not normal. Hello? What the hell? That was weird. Okay, I ain't gonna go down there. Screw that. What the was that? That was really creepy.
The sounds close in, branches snapping, whispers carried by the wind, but no one's there. Every time he shines his light, all he sees are trees and shadows.
Do Spirit Talker in there. It's all good. What the hell was that? Guys, I just heard someone scream. What is that? What the... I just heard something thump. Hello? It's literally just down there. What was that? What the f? That was that road that I couldn't really go down. That was weird. I don't see anything. I'm just gonna get back in the car. Holy crap, what the f is that? I think I might have only caught a glimpse of it. Oh man.
Angelo finally makes it back to his car and tent, hoping he's safe now, until he hears it. A scream, loud, sharp, and chilling, echoes through the forest. It sounds like a child, and it came from the exact spot he had just left. His blood runs cold. Without hesitation, Angelo rips down his tent, jumps into his vehicle, and speeds off, leaving the dark woods behind, but not the questions. What was that scream? Was someone out there messing with him, or did he really cross paths with something supernatural? The mystery is still unsolved. On October 28, 2022, Brendan, the daring explorer behind Uncharted Travel, took on one of his most intense challenges yet, spending the night in an abandoned mine deep in the British Columbia wilderness. After a tough hike and running low on water, he set up camp inside the decaying mine. But in the middle of the night, something creepy woke him up.
It went off once and creeped me out, and I went to go check on it. Unfortunately, I didn't film, but now it's silent. But the fact that it just went off one singular time and then now it's been silent for 45 minutes is something. It's like skidding down the stairs. I don't know what that was, but we're gonna check it out. Whatever it was, it came from downstairs. It sounded like something dropped and fell down the stairs. Could just be the old building. Was this tube always here? Of course, now that I go to investigate, I don't hear anything. It sounds like maybe an animal. I can't say for certain, though. Okay, that was a rat. But what was over here?
He returned to his tent and zipped it shut, trying to shake off the unease. But then the motion sensor started going off again.
Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome.
Okay, that's like the third time. The motion sensor outside has gone off. I think it's like 3:30 in the morning. I haven't gotten much sleep at all. I've been listening to this. I just have podcasts in my ear just to kind of like drone out some of the noise, but it just makes...
He heard a door slam nearby, and despite his nerves, he decided to take one more look.
But I have the motion sensor set right there. You can see it's going off because I'm here now. But what was setting it off earlier? Maybe there's... I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna move it inside in case it's like a squirrel or something. Okay, I'm trying to be weary about noise discipline here. Or light discipline, because... It's not windy. And all of these doors are closed. Well, except for this one, but this one's not budging. As you can see, it's like stuck there. It'd take a lot to move these ones. But it sounded like it was one of these doors. That's so bizarre, they're all closed. Like...
He felt watched, but there wasn't much he could do, so he returned to his tent and waited anxiously until morning. At dawn, he packed up, still wondering what had been with him in that forgotten mine.
I swear I just heard the lock click. I don't want to have any lights. I'm going to kill my camera. Because if they're out here this late, they're up to no good.
He couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, but there wasn't much he could do, so he went back to his tent and waited nervously for morning. At first light, he packed up and left, still wondering what had been in that old mine with him. Next up is this chilling investigation from Moxley's Paranormal World, a UK-based channel known for exploring some of the most haunted and dangerous spots in Britain. From places like 30 East Drive to ancient, mysterious forests, Moxley isn't afraid to face the unknown. On the night of September 18th, 2024, Moxley and his team went wild camping deep in Cannock Chase, a forest with a dark past and a long list of creepy stories, including ghost sightings, strange creatures, and eerie wartime history. It's not a place you enter without caution, especially when you're camping right next to a German military cemetery, which is exactly where they set up for the night.
One man here. One man? Well, been reports of a pigman. Are you the pigman? I know that's not your real name. We're here to listen. Here to speak to you. Where?
We're here in the forest.
Can you see us?
Do you want to come and speak to us? Do you want to come and speak to us now? Right here where we are?
Paranormal.
Paranormal. That'd be great if you could do that for us.
What sort of paranormal? We've heard there's a werewolf out here, a dogman. Can you make a noise, a sound?
Can you make a sound for us so we know where you are? And we can come to you if you're not willing to come to us. What was that?
Something through here. Mate, sounds like something's moving towards us. Was that you that we heard then? Evil. Evil. Yeah. Been many reports of something evil out here. Manipulation. We're going to try and manipulate us.
As they move through the thick, shadowy forest, the mood quickly shifts. The air feels heavier and tension builds. They turn on the spirit box, and almost right away, strange voices start coming through, some speaking in German. At the same time, they hear rustling in the bushes up ahead. Something, or someone, is definitely out there.
These trees. It's been ripped right out of its roots, that one. Quad, tell me who I'm speaking to. Come out here tonight to speak to you. To get proof of paranormal activity out here.
Graveyards hide secrets.
Graveyards hide secrets. We've got the graveyard. The old German military cemetery, not too far from here. Were you a German soldier? Oh, 1 minute. So it's a little bit far-fetched, but down at the cemetery is where a lot of sightings of the werewolves been spotted. Leave me alone. Plus, a male shadow figure been seen walking through the cemetery late at night. And it's just said, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Why do you want me to leave you alone? I don't mean to be upsetting you. I'm just coming out here to speak to you.
As Moxley keeps trying to communicate through the spirit box, something catches him off guard. He suddenly freezes, visibly shaken. He's certain he just saw someone walk into their camp.
Water. Where are you? Right, this way. I've just seen the silhouette of them. I've seen a silhouette of somebody walk past my light. Hello? Stay there. Hell. Just had the app for a minute. Oh, the goalposts are running. The goalposts are not still here.
Yeah, the goalposts are there.
I forgot the goalposts were here.
Yeah, the goalposts.
Something darkened this out. There's still.
Oh. Right, okay. Yeah.
It couldn't have been bugs, could it?
It could have been.
Mate, I absolutely. Not paranormal or anything.
Yeah.
More.
Hide secrets.
Graveyards hide secrets.
That's the second time I've had that.
Right.
Graveyards hide secrets twice out here.
Right. And I got asked why we were here.
I got
Anna.
Walter, hell, compassion.
Yeah.
Graveyards hide secrets, Anna.
Right, okay.
Right.
Right.
We're going to have to check this footage over, mate. Right, so I've got the footage up here. I'm just looking over it. But I've just been saying to Ming, it could have been something further out in the woods that's just cut through the light. I only worried, it wasn't even paranormal that I was worried about, it was more. Just waited for us to leave the camp.
Yeah.
They've gone into the camp. Our GoPros are there. All our other stuff's there.
Everything was here, wasn't it?
But looking at this, it looks all quiet. Obviously I've not looked at all the footage. I'm just trying to get the bit where, there we go. That's us coming back. but there's nothing. Nobody's in the camp. So that is interesting, because we were a distance away from camp.
Certainly was.
So something could have just walked past.
Yeah, it could have walked past
But
in front of the lights.
was it paranormal? Can't say. It could have been. It could have been anything. Anything, I don't know. Is there any deer out here? It could have been absolutely anything. But the main thing is, we've not lost any equipment, and that was the one thing I was worried about. That's why I started shouting "Oi!" because I thought somebody was literally here, probably taking all our stuff.
They checked the camp. Nothing was missing and no one was around. But Moxley was sure of what he saw. A black figure walking straight through their setup. What's even more unsettling, the cameras didn't catch a thing. No shadow, no movement. Just blank frames where the figure should have been. In Cannock Chase, that's not unheard of. This forest is famous for things that only show themselves to the human eye, not the lens. Luckily, the team made it out safely. The next terrifying video comes from Novice Wild Camper, a UK-based YouTube channel focused on wild camping, gear reviews, and budget-friendly outdoor trips. It's November 17th, 2023, and this time, the creator takes on a solo Halloween night camp in Cannock Chase, a forest known for eerie legends, ghost sightings, strange lights, UFO reports, and the terrifying tale of the black-eyed child. Despite the area's creepy reputation, and even some weird experiences of his own in the past, he picks this spot because it's close to his next work stop. After a long 3.5-hour drive, he arrives after dark and sets up a hidden campsite deep in the woods, just to be safe. He sets up a night vision trail camera, hoping it'll catch anything strange that might show up while he sleeps.
Don't know what that is. What the hell is this? God knows. Right, I'm being as stealthy as I possibly can. After seeing that weird little lean-to and wherever it was just across the other side of where I'm camped, I keep seeing lights through the trees, flashlights, whether it's someone or something in the distance, I don't know. But I'm being as quiet as I possibly can, so if I shut off, that's why. But tonight, I have brought along my new toy, which is a night vision trail cam. So I'm going to get that set up on a tree in a minute and have it facing across camp just to see what happens. This is starting to get weird. I'm just about to start making dinner, and I can now hear what sounds like very large dogs in the distance barking. I can hear them now. I don't know if it's picking it up. But I'm more worried about dogs than anything else, because if an animal's going to find you in the woods, it's going to be a dog, and then either alert everyone to you being here or attack you, one or the other. Either way, I don't fancy it. Something was crunching around in the woods on the other side of my hammock earlier on. It sounded bipedal, but I think it was a deer. I think deer walk 2 legs at a time when they're slowly walking.
After exploring the woods for a bit, he settles down and starts getting dinner ready. But then, he hears dogs barking in the distance, way too close for comfort. At that moment, it becomes clear he might not be as alone out there as he thought.
I thought stuff stealth, let's see if I can see it. So I put the torch on full beam, couldn't see a thing, but it stopped suddenly. So I think it was a deer that saw the lights and just suddenly stopped. I switched the light off and then I moved and made a crunch, and this thing just went crashing through the bushes. So I think it was a deer because it was startled, and that was a weird thing about my previous hammock camp. Whatever it was making the noises didn't get startled by me moving around or getting out. There was no crashing of bushes as the animal, whatever it was, ran off. It didn't move anywhere. So There were a lot of pheasants around here when I first turned up, so I'm hoping this isn't a common haunt for poachers, but I've got a new cook kit to try out tonight. I'm not going to show you it in detail tonight, I'll show you it in the morning when it's light.
The strange noises don't stop. In fact, they get even more eerie and confusing, echoing through the trees and making it harder to tell where they're coming from.
Right, apologies, I've not done too much filming tonight. I've been sitting here listening to some rather weird noises. I keep seeing little red lights in the trees at a distance. I tried filming it on my phone, but it just doesn't come out. You can't see it. And if you zoom in, it just then loses the brightness of the actual night light, if you know what I mean. So the night mode that's on the camera, it just won't pick it up. So, but yeah, it's a bit odd. A couple of torches earlier on, it looked like torches, but then these weird red lights as well. And then that very odd sound, which it sort of sounded like pheasants kicking off, but then it had this reverb, and it just turned into a really eerie sound. Anyway, I've set the trail cam up, so that's sort of facing behind my tent. There isn't really much facing that way because I'm facing away from everything, quite simply for it to be a bit more stealthy with the light and stuff. So we shall see if that picks anything up in the morning. But it's about 10 o'clock now. I've had my food and I'm going to hit the sack because I've got an early start in the morning, and apparently it's going to start pouring down with rain from about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Later in the night, as he tries to carry on and stay calm, he spots red glowing eyes deep in the trees, just staring at him through the darkness. Paired with strange rustling and noises he can't explain, the whole forest starts to feel tense. Every small movement feels threatening. Every shadow seems alive. Even with fear creeping in, he decides to stay, telling himself it's probably nothing. He crawls into his shelter for the night, eyes heavy but his thoughts racing, knowing he has to be up early, and hoping whatever's out there keeps its distance.
Perfect timing, just woke up. It's just gone 7 o'clock. It's just started to rain. I was thinking I was going to get up and get packed up before it started. Sod's law. Oddly, now that it's morning, there seems to be a road quite close, which I couldn't hear anything last night. I think I've gone so deep into the forest, I've sort of come out past the other side, which is hence why there's this field area behind me. Odd. Didn't see this last night either. There's these big posts in the ground.
So what do you think? Was he truly alone out there, or was something watching from the shadows? The trail cam might have the answer. It caught someone, or something, walking past his camp not once, but twice. You can clearly hear footsteps, and during the second pass, a faint white figure can be seen moving through the trees. Thankfully, he made it out safe and unharmed, but the question still hangs in the air. Was it just a late-night hiker passing through, or did he come face-to-face with something unexplainable? In this video, Ben heads out for what he hoped would be a calm, peaceful camping trip in Dalby Forest, UK. Just him and his loyal dog, Lily. But peace was the last thing he'd find. It's March 29th, 2023. Ben arrives with plenty of daylight left. Though excited for the trip, he can't shake the feeling that something isn't quite right. As he and Lily make their way through the woods, he starts to notice something odd. Deflated balloons scattered randomly across the forest floor. At first, he assumes it's just litter, but as more appear, the feeling turns unsettling. Why would there be so many balloons deep in the middle of nowhere? Trying not to let it get to him, Ben keeps going. But later, while looking at some old, abandoned belongings half buried in the forest, something out of the corner of his eye grabs his attention. And that's when things begin to shift.
There's a car acting very suspiciously. It's just done 2 loops of this area. Each time looking out the window at what I'm doing. It'd be interesting to see if they come back this way. This way, Lil. Well, that's 5 times. I have no idea why they keep doing this. That 4x4, that blacked out 4x4, 4 times has been down this road. And yeah, back again. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know if they're lost. I don't know if they're concerned about what I'm doing or curious, but okay, so that's strange because I saw the brake lights at the end of the road. I started to record, and once I've zoomed in, I can see that there's a barrier at the end of this road to allow people out of the forest, out of the national park. I saw the barrier go up, I saw the car waiting there, but I haven't seen the car go through. So either it's still parked there, down in like a dip in the road, and we just can't see it, which is weird because I could see it a second ago when the barrier went up, or that car just vanished. I have no idea. But I did not see that car go through the barrier, and I saw the barrier go up, which was strange.
For some reason, Ben couldn't shake the uneasy feeling about a car that had driven past several times. Something about it just felt wrong. The tension quickly grew, and with his sense of safety slipping, Ben got into his car, as shown in the video. But he wasn't ready to give up on the trip just yet. Still planning to camp overnight, Ben wanted to be sure the car hadn't stopped nearby. So he made a bold choice. He started the engine and slowly drove down the road, following the direction the mysterious car had gone, hoping to get some answers before deciding whether to stay or go.
So I'm gonna just take a drive down to that barrier because I want to see if there's a turning there just before the barrier. That car could have maybe turned left or right down, but the strange thing is I saw the barrier go up, so they must have been close enough to the barrier for the sensor to have picked them up. They certainly never drove through the barrier, so I don't know where they went, but hopefully by the time we get to the end of this road, it might make more sense. So they could have gone left there, but that is still, they couldn't have gone left there because the road's closed. So they must have come down further, which I'm assuming they did because the barrier lifted up, and this is way too far for that barrier to have lifted. You know, barriers just don't lift for no reason. There is a turning here, but again, that road is closed off. So, they must have made it as far as the barrier. I never went through the barrier, so I don't understand.
The whole experience rattled Ben enough that he decided not to spend the night in the woods after all. The way that car kept circling the area, almost like someone was watching or keeping tabs on him, made him feel anything but safe. Trusting his gut, Ben packed up and left. Sure, he was disappointed to cut the trip short, but he was also relieved nothing worse happened. As he drove away, he knew he'd made the right choice for his own safety and peace of mind. But what do you think? Was Ben smart to follow his instincts, or was he just overthinking it and letting fear get the best of him? It's February 16th, 2023, and in this episode, Alex and Tony travel to Daring Woods, better known as the Screaming Forest, located in Kent. This forest is considered one of the most haunted in Europe. Its dark reputation goes back decades. In the 1940s, a mass grave containing 20 unidentified bodies was found there. Over the years, the area has been linked to strange deaths, people vanishing without a trace, and old stories of highwaymen who were caught and executed by locals. But what really sets this place apart and gives it its name are the screams.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just weird, man. My ears are ringing like mad.
What's that?
What?
Do you hear that, bro?
What are you on about? Oh my god, it started beeping in my pocket.
Got a growl.
Really?
Yeah. Right. I swear to God, bro.
But when you said that, this went off in my pocket.
Where are you? Where are you?
Who's here with us? Can you come forward? Are you the soldier? Forest. If so, can you give us a sign? Can you come towards the light? Do you think there's any like barracks here close to where apprentice? What the was that, man? Did you hear that?
As soon as they step into the woods, something feels wrong. Both Alex and Tony mention a strange ringing in their ears and a heavy, uneasy feeling they can't shake. The atmosphere is tense, and the EMF meter starts spiking again and again. Strange sounds echo through the trees, quiet at first, then harder to ignore, putting them both completely on edge.
That was weird, wasn't it?
Wow.
Did you hear that, yeah?
Is that you?
Hello? Did you hear that? Did you seriously hear that though, yeah?
Yeah.
What is that, man?
Wow. Is that you? Did you die in these woods? Are you buried in these woods?
Can you scream for us? Are you the person who screams, the entity? The highwaymen. That's like a man's scream.
Then it happens. As they call out, asking the spirit to scream, a faint cry rings out in the distance, soft but unmistakable. It cuts through the stillness, sending a chill down their spines. Did you hear it? One of them whispers.
Oh my god, man.
Oh. Scream. You do that again?
Oh, I feel like I heard like a male scream and like a female scream. You the highwaymen. Just keep walking, man. At least you're hearing that as well, though.
Yeah. So they communicate with us. Whispering.
Yeah.
Can't quite work out what they're saying now.
Why is it still ringing, man? Proper.
Hello?
I swear I just see something over there. That's weird. I thought I just see someone stood there, man. I don't know if it's just me, like, my eyes, like my mind playing tricks on me, but I'm pretty sure I just see something there. Hello?
Those who die in these woods. So you get buried in these woods.
You got to think, over the centuries, how many people have been here?
Yeah, 'cause this would have been like an old road here.
Yeah, this could have been an old highway road,
Yeah, this
saying
one
that. Yeah.
They would have come down through here with their horse and carts and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like robbing, they'd jump out.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Rob them up.
Apparently they're doing it so much, the locals had enough of it and they hunted them down.
The screams don't stop. They stay distant, but clear, as if something or someone wants to make sure Alex and Tony know they're not alone. At one point, one of them thinks he sees a figure move in the shadows, but when he looks again, it's gone. Was something watching them from the trees? What do you think? Are the legends of the Screaming Forest real? And would you ever go ghost hunting in a place like this? Let us know in the comments below. It's October 29th, 2024. Kevin heads out alone for a solo camp along a remote forest road. With just the essentials and his usual dry sense of humor, joking that he's brought a ghost along for company, he sets up camp, mixes himself a Bloody Mary, and begins wandering through the woods as the light starts to fade. The air is still, and the forest feels heavy. What starts off like any other quiet trip quickly takes a darker turn.
Oh no. The cops are here. The ghost cops. The ghost cops are here. I'm getting attacked. Ah! All right, either a raccoon or a black bear is over there. I shined my light and caught two beady eyes, and it moved and walked away pretty fast, which makes me think it was a black bear. There's a lot of curious animals in this forest. I'm fairly certain the way it moved was almost too high off the ground, and then it just walked away. I'm like 90% sure that was a black bear. But there's little mice scampering around. Keep hearing little sounds. You shine your light, see the two little beady eyes. Yeah. All right. Well, black bear are usually not too much to worry about. come back. I want to ask you stories about the woods.
As night falls, Kevin relaxes by his campfire, enjoying the warmth and stillness of the forest around him. But that peace is suddenly broken when he notices a dark figure in the distance, its glowing eyes locked onto him from the shadows. Startled, he tries to stay calm, brushing it off as possibly a black bear. Still, something doesn't feel right. It's not just the figure's shape, it's the way it stands, perfectly still, just watching. Whatever it is, Kevin can tell this night has taken an unexpected and unsettling turn.
I don't know if the camera's picking up on it. We have coyotes and something screaming in the woods right next to us. It sounded like either a night bird or something getting eaten. It's hard to tell. I know it sounds weird that it's hard to tell, but those two things sound very similar if you've ever heard them. Yeah, that's whatever that is. I don't know what that is. The coyotes are in the distance. And there's something screaming in this direction. It was like a porcupine being eaten or something. That sound. What is that? I can't go any farther because my ghost is clinging to me. Sorry, ghost. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. It sounds like a night bird, but I don't know what bird that would be. If it were a diamond, it would be. It wouldn't keep going. So it's a night. It's some kind of animal. It was so weird. All of a sudden, I had to start filming. The coyotes were picking up. There's something screaming in the forest over there. Still cooking. Still cooking food.
Then it happens. Screams begin to echo through the forest, faint, distant, but unmistakably human sounding. Whether it's someone in pain, something mimicking a person, or something far more disturbing, Kevin can't tell. Alone in the woods, with nothing but firelight and his own thoughts, he's left to sit with the unknown. With the earlier sighting of what may have been a bear, and now these chilling cries, the night quickly turns into a true test of his nerves. There's something especially terrifying about hearing screams in the forest when you're completely alone, unsure of what's out there, or who or what might be watching you. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Was it a bear, a person in danger, or something paranormal? Something trying to draw Kevin deeper into the darkness. On November 8th, 2023, Kevin sets out on a stealth mission to camp on the overgrown grounds of an abandoned hotel on the edge of a city. The hotel, closed for years, now sits in ruins, surrounded by thick brush and signs of urban decay. Parking a safe distance away, Kevin quietly hikes in, careful not to be seen. His goal, spend the night in this eerie, off-limits area and film the experience. The place already has a reputation, odd noises, scattered signs of squatters, and a feeling of unease that never quite lifts. Despite the rain and the mood of the place, Kevin sets up a warm, tucked-away camp, but once night settles in, the air grows heavier, the silence more intense, and the true atmosphere of the abandoned hotel begins to show itself.
No, I want to see what makes the magic happen, as it were. The sun's been set for a while. It's completely dark, and I'm just sitting here. It's not even any kind of late enough to go to bed. I mean, why would I even eat? And I just cracked here. Let's not do that in front of the light cap. Just cracked a space kitty, so nothing to do, but kind of like, I don't know, sit here and listen. I can hear they sound like crickets, but I think they're toads, or possibly tree frogs, although it's a little late in the season for tree frogs. It's early November here in upstate New York, although it is a relatively warm day for the season. I think it got up to the high 50s, lower 60s Fahrenheit. It's only supposed to get into the mid 40s tonight. So yeah, bugs and frogs, the last remaining that didn't get any kind of what they were looking for in the summer. and they're just kind of hanging out, just grasping at straws until they get frozen. It's kind of impressive. Okay, well, I'm gonna sit here, sip on my kitty, and then in a little while, I'm gonna bust out the thing that I'm pumped to bust out. It's not that exciting, but it'll be nice to have.
Kevin sits outside his tent, enjoying the calm and drinking something. The rain and far-off frogs make the moment peaceful, but he starts to hear some odd, quiet sounds. He ignores them, thinking it's just animals nearby.
Let's do a little tour of the tent, eh? As you can see, here's my sleeping pad. Not in its final configuration. As you can see, it's up on some rocks and stuff there, so I'll turn it diagonally. And then behind me is just endless darkness. As you can see, that's where my pack and stuff is. Rain's really starting to pick up. Just kind of hanging out, enjoying my space kitty. It's like not that late. It's just so dark. I hate this time of year for that reason. I love this time of year. Let me rephrase. I love this time of year. I just hate this aspect of the time of year because it's just dark so early. The legs hanging out of the tent. Just kind of let's move the leg. There we go. Legs just kind of it's hanging out of the tent. Right like that. I'm gonna entice some of these deer. It is the rut. I better be careful. Oh boy. I thought that was going to be way more splashy. The rain's coming down pretty good. In fact, it's coming down a little too good. Despite the tarp physically covering this, the rain's kind of coming in a little bit, slightly from the side. So I realized that my feet were just sort of getting wet ambiently. It's not a ton of rain right here. But like right here between you and I, there's a little bit of rain. A little bit of rain just kind of coming in. So I took my shoes off to sit just kind of in here. I'll probably get uncomfortable. Maybe hopefully the rain will cool down a little later and I'll be able to put my feet back out because that was pretty comfy. But I don't want to just get wet feet. That's the point of having a shelter, right? You don't want to get wet. Man, this is yeah, it's definitely like building up right here. Like I said, I did not have a ton of time to set up the tarp in a good way. It was kind of forced to be just whatever way I could set it up. I thought it'd be good enough, and I was wrong. But you know what? I got 2 layers of protection here, so if the rain comes down much harder and starts coming in this way, I can just close the door and I'm inside. That's cool. Let's yell more. Let's yell more in a stealth cam.
The gentle sound of rain hitting his tent is almost calming, but then it stops. Kevin feels like something is off. He doesn't realize it yet, but his quiet camping trip is about to get scary.
It's gotta be a rain alarm for the airport right over there. I've heard that before when I've been camping in the vicinity while it was raining. They're like, oh God! Something just ran by the tent. It was the lights in my eyes, I couldn't see anything. Had to have been a deer. Whew! I saw like movement and this light's in my eyes. It must have come like right down a hill here and ran across. Oh man. Oh man. That was 3 feet from me. I don't see any eyes looking back. I don't think. Wait, I just thought I did. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Between the Erie alarm happening over at the airport and whatever it was that just ran past me about 3-4 feet in front of me, I think it's safe to say I'm a little bit on edge. I'm just sitting here letting my eyes get used to the darkness, scanning. I don't see anything. I don't see anything on the quote-unquote horizon. The top of the berm. I don't see anything in the dark. I don't see lights. The only thing that makes me think it wasn't a deer was I didn't hear any crashing before or afterwards. Deer are not like that subtle. And I didn't hear any crashing before it came in. Maybe when I listen to the video I will. But I didn't hear any crashing before or after. I just heard something run past me. I'm sure the camera picked it up. It was like right there. Whew, eerie. Of course my brain keeps going like, what if it was a person? But
Something rushes past Kevin's tent. It's fast. Way too fast. It doesn't sound heavy like a deer. Kevin jumps into alert mode, confused and tense. He knows what animals usually sound like, and this wasn't one of them. Maybe it was a fox or a raccoon, or maybe it was something else. Something hiding, watching, waiting. Could it have been something supernatural, or even a person? The next creepy video is from the Flex Tapes, a YouTube channel that mixes urban exploring with outdoor survival and camping. The creator often visits abandoned or hidden places like old caravans or houses, and films himself spending the night there. On November 3rd, 2023, instead of his usual outdoor trips, he and his friend G went on a car camping trip near the North Yorkshire border. They didn't have much time to get ready and didn't bring tents, so they slept inside their cars. A saloon and an estate car turned into makeshift shelters. The night took place by a quiet river with hills all around, mixing rough planning with a feeling of adventure.
Because it's Halloween, we're going to do Spirit Talker app, and we've got the necrometer going. I'm demonstrating. I haven't brought both of my IR lights for my phone. I'm filming on my phone on the front camera, which isn't as good as a full spectrum camera as the rear camera. Just to show you that it works. I've got an IR light on. This is me covering it up, and that the phone lights are the screen lights of the phone, and then that's with the IR light on. So although it's not brilliant, it's better in photo mode.
You're wrong.
I'm not wrong. Even though it's better in photo mode, that's what you can see. I'll brighten it up in editing, but this is what we've got. We have a full spectrum camera. She pushed. So I'm not gonna get involved. I want my life back. I'm not gonna ask questions. I'm just gonna see for now what comes out. What do you think?
Yeah.
So we know where we are. We know what's around us. Let's see if some of these can subconsciously come up with things that are relevant to that. And there's no signal here as well. And the phone that the Spirit Talker app is the same one we used on the boat. It's not connected to the internet, it's got no SIM card, it's on aeroplane mode. And I was actually talking to Rob. He was talking to the developer of the Spirit Talker app, and he was telling Rob that in the coding of the app, it is actually programmed not to use your microphone anyway. It can't use your microphone. It's not built into the program, and he showed him how it works. Basically, the guy that makes the app is very open about his coding, and he'll show you how it works. So it's not coded in there to use the microphone, and if you use it, it doesn't come up, you know, like in some phones it comes up with the little thing and tell you that it's using the microphone. Apparently it's not meant to do that. So we'll see.
They get comfortable in their cars, preparing for a spooky camping night. Right away, they use a Spirit Box app and start getting some creepy messages. He explains that the app's creator made sure it doesn't use the phone's microphone, which makes it feel even more eerie. People have used this app before and seem to have full talks with spirits, making this situation even more chilling.
So it's not said anything since.
Chair spirit.
So on the Necrometer app we got chair, and on the Spirit Talker app we got Holy Spirit. Don't know what any of them refer to.
No, because there's no building by your site, is there?
No. Quite weird.
Doll's watch.
Doll's watch.
Okay.
I'm just going to read some of these out that we got up until this point, actually. Celebrate, Scottish, I had a long life. I miss my family. She pushed. I want my life back. And then we had Holy Spirit and Doll's Watch. The other one, absolutely free, wrong, chair. Very strange.
Agency.
Agency. What does that mean?
1900s.
1900s. The agency of the 1900s. I don't know. There is a train line down there.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. I honestly haven't got a clue. Roman. I mean, that makes sense due to where we are. I mean, there could be Roman remains and stuff around here.
Cat.
Cat?
That's a bit mad.
It's very confusing, isn't it? Because unless it's very specific, you can't like rule anything out.
No.
Daddy.
Oh. I am thinking about driving further down that way to get signal again, to be quite honest.
Protect.
Daddy protect. See, stuff like that always gets me because what does it mean
Does it mean me? Or does it mean somebody else?
Don't know.
So we're setting up in the cars now. I've got to say, having the bonus of a saloon, I've got the extra leg room. I've also got headroom back here. If I want to put my seats forward a bit, I've got extra room there. But I'm going to leave them back a bit so I've got like a headboard so the pillars don't fall down. I might even move them pillars over there and I've got a bit more. I've got under this bit, so if I wanted to, I could put my head under there and it would be a lot darker. Got my foil sheet on there. Yeah, I'm quite cosy actually. The bonus of this is I've got no tent to put away. Don't need to worry about weather. You can just literally park up where you want and just kit up and just go. And the best thing is, if you can't be bothered in the morning putting your stuff away, just throw it in your boot and just drive home and then sort it out tomorrow morning, in the morning. Looking at it from this point of view, using it as a vehicle, and now I'm lying down in the back of it and I'm looking up and thinking, oh, that's what the roof looks like, and oh, the interior light works now. It didn't work before. And now it won't work again. That's weird. That's strange. Yeah, weird. Yeah, I'll definitely catch the sunrise this time. What the hell? Well, I was not expecting that.
In the middle of the night, Flex wakes up and sees 2 ambulances passing by. But one of the strangest things is when a light in the back seat of his car, which hadn't been working, suddenly flickers on after they use the spirit box, then goes off again. It might be a coincidence, but do you think the spirits had something to do with it? These apps are definitely creepy. The idea of talking to something you can't see is really scary. This clip is from Chris, who runs the YouTube channel Who is Chris McGregor. His videos cover haunted places, abandoned spots, wild challenges, and randonautica adventures, all about jumping into the unknown. In a video posted on April 10th, 2025, Chris and his friend Mo explore an old, abandoned prison, a huge place full of history but falling apart. They thought it would be a cool chance to see forgotten buildings, but what happened was something completely different.
Basically, prisoners were kept here after almost finishing their sentences, and prisoners that were actually trusted by the government to not run away or do anything bad. And what they would do here is they would teach them how to integrate into society. So this was a prison, like a colony prison. Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Interesting.
That's probably so much prison shit. That was a chicken coop, my friend.
Huh.
And back down here, they probably had... Let's go down there and check that out. So off camera, Chris and I just heard a vehicle. There's no roads getting up here. Like you guys saw my drone footage.
Yeah.
There's nothing up here. There's only one road up, which it's impossible to drive up unless you have a snowmobile. But it didn't sound like a snowmobile. And we keep hearing some random whistling.
Yeah.
It's coming from that side. The actual main building side. But keep in mind, we haven't looked in the house yet. Let's go look in the house.
Okay.
Even though the weird noises made Chris and Mo a little uneasy, they didn't pay much attention at first. They decided to ignore the sounds and kept exploring. For a while, everything seemed calm. They were focused on the huge, falling apart property, and the strange noises slipped out of their minds. But when they got to one of the bigger buildings, they found something strange.
Okay. Oh, it's changed.
What the?
Okay, there's a bunch of clothes laid out on the bed. That was not like that. That's crazy. This looks different to me because I came at nighttime. Look at this. There's like a red shirt, a jean shirt. Is that Wednesday Addams? That looks like a Wednesday Addams dress.
Or a nun? to do?
Outfit there. Cool.
Yeah.
I want to get the hell out of this building. There's something sketchy about this.
Chris and Mo started to feel more and more uneasy. They hesitated, but their curiosity was stronger than their fear. They chose to stay on the property, but this time they were much more careful. Looking back, that probably wasn't the smartest choice.
Say it, but
Does that sound come from in here or downstairs?
I don't know.
There's a downstairs.
I'm going to
How about
head
this? How about we
downstairs.
split up? I'll be up here. You go down there. I'll wait at this window. Right?
Okay.
And then you check downstairs. Since you haven't been there yet, I've already been there. If anything, if you do encounter her, just like scream at me and I'll come around.
The best I can.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here. 45 and 4.
No. Oh. Okay. What? I can't. There's no fucking place to hide in here. This guy's pissed.
This wasn't a fun adventure anymore. Chris probably felt scared for his life. When he heard footsteps getting closer, he stayed quiet, hoping whoever it was wouldn't find him inside the building. The tension was awful, but after what felt like forever, the footsteps stopped. As soon as it seemed even a little safe, Chris knew he had to get out, and quickly.
Fucking hell.
Luckily, Chris got out safely, shaken but not hurt. Once he found Mo again, they didn't waste any time and left the place behind. Whoever the man was and whatever he wanted, the whole encounter felt wrong, creepy, and dangerous. It didn't seem like a coincidence at all. This experience raised more questions than answers, and it's something Chris won't forget anytime soon. Would you be brave enough to explore a place like that, knowing someone might be watching you? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.